So one thing I love to do is talk about different products and things that we've tried or things that we're trying, and just to kind of give people an idea of what we think works. Of course, everybody's going to be different, but what I wanted to talk to you about today is a BLACKSTONE griddle. If you've never heard of a BLACKSTONE griddle, look it up, watch other YouTube channels, because these things are phenomenal. The way I found out about it is my wife and I like to watch YouTube channels like everybody else. There's a guy out there named Jared Gillis, and he has a YouTube channel called All About RVs. So definitely jump over and take a look at that channel if you haven't already. The guy's a genius and does great modifications to RVs. One of the things he went over was a BLACKSTONE griddle. His video is really short, but it was enough to where I was going, I need to look into that more. So my wife and I got a 17-inch BLACKSTONE griddle. It's kind of their compact one, and that's what this one is here too. Our first one we got was a 17-inch one, and the reason we got it is so we could take it camping with us, and it actually fit in our RV a lot better, and I'll show you why. We like that griddle so much that we actually upgraded and got a 36-inch BLACKSTONE griddle for our deck and sold our grill. So if that tells you anything of why I think these things are so cool. The reason why this is our second BLACKSTONE griddle, and I'll kind of tell you as I go through this as to why you need to be careful with a few things. This thing is built heavy duty. This is kind of the internal guts of it. There's the griddle top right here that you put on it. So real simple contraption. This is a grease catcher. But I used our first one so much, I seasoned it, it worked fabulously. I've kind of got my own way of doing that. I'll kind of show you, how we do that here. But what's neat about this is when it's so compact that you put your extra stuff in here. So with the griddle, I highly recommend getting the BLACKSTONE accessories here, like the spatulas and things. You actually lay this stuff inside of here. I usually put the bottle of oil and water in a separate Ziploc bag, and then I put that inside here as well, and then I put that in there. One thing I also stick in here is the regulator. So this hooks right into the side of the griddle here, and then you hook your propane into that. Very simple. That goes in there as well. Now I will tell you, and this is why this is the second BLACKSTONE griddle. First one we had, I used it a bunch of times. It's fantastic. One of the items I put in here was a spray can of non-stick Crisco. Put that in there. I was in a hurry one day, put the grill top on, started grilling, and all of a sudden, boom. So definitely, I'm going to tell you right now, great place to store your stuff, but make sure you take it all out before you start, grilling. That seems like a simple thing. I did it 100 times, but I was in a hurry that day, and I was trying to cook, and all of a sudden, boom. But the cool thing is this thing is made so solid, and if you get one or you know somebody that has one, definitely fill it. It's a very solid unit, but when that can blew up, it actually dented the front and back, and I was like, we'll just go get a new one. Gave the old one to my grandpa. He fixed it up, and he was just excited as all could be just to try out the griddle. So I'm going to go over some of the stuff here with you as to why I like it. First thing is it's very compact, like I said. Everything stores away neat. We had a barbecue that we brought with us for years that we camped with, and it was kind of had that rounded dome top, and when you're using an RV, you're trying to save as much room as possible. So that was hard to set stuff on top of it in the storage area because things would roll off. This stores up all flat, and what's really cool about it is when you're done with it, like I said, everything stores inside of here nice. You got your spatulas here and your oils. I won't put them in there. But what's neat about it is the grill top here just sits right on here like this. Just like that. They sell a bag that it goes into that just fits it perfectly. So I love that because it's all flat, sits right in there, and it actually took up less room than our little portable grill did. So I love that feature of it. So if you're looking for something or just want to try something different for camping, that thing's awesome. A couple quick things, like I said, this thing opens up on the inside. This is where the burner is. The neat thing is it actually heats up real evenly. The only thing I will say is it does seem like it might go through propane just a little bit more than, or a little faster, I guess, than our camping unit did, our grill. So lights up real easy. It's an automatic lighter. You just flip the switch over to on, and then this lights the burners, and it actually goes really fast. So real happy with that. When you have the griddle set up and you're cooking, it's going to be like this right here, and then this heats up. This is your griddle top. This is the part that needs seasoned. If you're looking at it right now, it's completely just a gray color, if it shows up in the video that way. But it's a gray color. The goal for this is to be black. It's supposed to be a shiny black. That means you have it seasoned well. Now, everybody's got their own philosophies on how to season these things. Some people, probably a lot smarter than me. I did a whole lot of research though. In the very first 17-inch one we had, I seasoned it this way that I'm going to show you. Some people use different types of oils. I read some reviews that said use flaxseed oil, and then for every flaxseed oil review I said that was great. There was another one that said don't use that because it flakes. Finally, there's a guy named Tod Toven, and so definitely look up his videos. Just a great, seems like a great guy. Does really good videos, real entertaining. But he works for Blackstone, and he actually did a video on seasoning them as well. One thing he said that stuck with me is he says leave the science at home. Don't worry about the oils you're using. So I actually we have extra light tasting olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Trying to read it. So it says perfect for high heat cooking. I know people are going to be like, Eric, the smoke point is not right to use that kind of oil, but like I said, I used that same oil on our last 17-inch griddle, doing it this way that I'm going to show you, and it just worked perfect for me. I didn't have any issues with it. There was no flaking. Just an awesome dill. I almost wanted to switch my Gramp out when I gave him the griddle and take the top, but I was like, no, you know, the one I gave him got a little dinged up, and so he can have it. I'll just do a whole new one. And then I thought, well, it'd be a good opportunity to do a video, because if you're like me, you probably watched 100 videos on seasoning this, and every single one of them had a different idea. So this is what worked for me. I'm just going to kind of show you how I did it and why I did it the way I did it. So I did read some reviews on people that just took cast iron and they actually put it in their oven. So what I'm going to do is I oil up the griddle with my extra virgin olive oil. I oil it up. My philosophy is less is more. You don't want to just drench the thing in oil to where it's dripping off. I just do a light coat. I'll show you how I do that. And then the next thing I do that I didn't see anyone else doing online anyways, is I actually preheated the oven in our house to 450 degrees. After I oil it, I'll put it in the oven for 30 minutes and I'll let it bake into there. Now, it is our house, and I will tell you that smoke does, you know, accumulate, and so you want to make sure you have your fans on, have ventilation, all that kind of stuff. So that's the only thing I don't like about doing it in the house, because of the smoke that it creates. But I'll tell you what, it just bakes that oil right into there, and then hopefully when I'm done here, like my last one, you'll see how just the color changes. It's black, and it'll look a lot better, or the way it's supposed to look anyway. So kind of what I do is I lay down some paper towels here, and then I take the oil, I sprinkle a little bit on here, just like so. And then I take some paper towels and I just wipe that all over. And when you do it the first time, you gotta wipe it a little more. It seems like that metal just kind of sucks it up, which is a good thing. So I just try to cover this as much as possible. Like I said, I don't want to do too much. Some people do a whole lot, and it just is kind of dripping everywhere. I didn't do that on my first one, and so it turned out fine. So I don't do it on this one. And the big thing is you want to do both sides. So I'm going to flip this over here in a second and do the other side, and do the feet and everything else on it. So that's kind of how I do that. I'll do both sides, and then I will show you the finished product here. Okay, so I just got the Blackstone griddle here all seasoned up. I actually did both sides. I did the little legs. That's what I call them, these little knob things on the bottom here that actually sit inside the griddle casing. And I did a light coat, like I was saying. It's kind of my theory that I think a lighter coat and cooking time, lighter coat cooking time. I think it just stays better that way anyways. People are going to disagree with me. Everyone's got their own theories and their own science behind it, but for me, I'm just going off experience of my last 17-inch one I did, and that seemed to work really well for me. The other thing I will say is I think a rag probably works a little bit better. I start off with a paper towel, just kind of get it, you know, spread around and everything, but then I go to the rag. Sometimes the paper towels can kind of flake off a little bit. I don't like having that everywhere. But when I touch it here, and of course you can't see this, but it's got a smooth feel to it, but there's just a little hint of oil on my finger when I do that. So it's not dripping. You can look at it when I flip it upside down, it doesn't drip. The back isn't dripping or anything like that. So it just, you know, but you can see the oil on it there a little bit. And I'll try to put it in the, if you see any kind of glistening to it or anything, you can kind of see that. But other than underneath the metal here, that just kind of some oil might drip out a little bit. When you look at everywhere else, it's just not, it's not oozing everywhere. So I think that's kind of the goal, and that's what worked for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this griddle top here and I'm going to put it in the oven. The oven's set for 450, and I'm going to cook it for 30 minutes. When I put it in the oven, I'm actually going to put it in upside down. Not that both sides aren't going to be cooked, but I want to make sure that the griddle top is just cooked directly on that heat there. So I'm going to show you. So I slide it in here like this. Put it about the middle. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have any kind of cooking gloves like this, definitely get these, because these are a lifesaver, especially when you're griddling, you're that close to the heat. I love these things. I got another pair, and they said it was for grilling, and they were heat resistant, and it literally, the tip melted. These are pretty awesome. So I'm hoping Blackstone comes out with their own version. I haven't seen that yet. These are from just charbroil, but they work really well. So after sticking the griddle top in there, I'm just going to set my timer to 30 minutes. And then go from there. So last time I seasoned the griddle top, I think it was, I did it 3 or 5 times, one or the other. I mean, a lot of times the videos, even Blackstone, I think when Tod Toven does it, I think he does it like 3 times. Some people do it 5, some people do it 10, some people just do it once, some people just put bacon on it, and that's how they season it. So whatever works for you, I mean, I guess is really what matters. For me, doing it this way worked really well. I think it's just kind of a, you know, just kind of a feeling thing, and checking it out to see how well it goes. Like I said, last time it was either 3 or 5. I'm going to do it 3 times, exactly what I just did there. When the 30 minutes is up, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to re-season it again with the same olive oil seasoning I was using. And then I'm going to put it back in there, go another 30 minutes, pull it out. And then hopefully after 3 times, maybe it'll be done and it'll have that, you know, glistening black look it's supposed to have. And then of course from there, what I did last time is I just cooked bacon on it. I got I think it was a pound of bacon, cooked it on there for the first time, and then it was perfect. It was perfect ever since then, until I blew the thing up. So like I said, don't do that. But I'll flash back here after this is done and just kind of give you the final, you know, rundown on how it looks, how it feels, and hopefully it's helpful for you. Okay, so I finally got the Blackstone griddle all seasoned up here. I did 3 phases. The first one was the half hour at 450. Then I took it out, re-seasoned, did another half hour at 450. And then the third and final one, I did an hour at 450. So I'm pretty impressed with it. It turned out really nice. It's real smooth. It feels like a non-stick surface, which is good. The colors are real dark brown, bronzy look. And of course, as you use it more, it'll blacken up even more. But I think, you know, if it turns out anything like the last griddle I did, and I did the exact same thing, that griddle never flaked, the seasoning stayed even. And so I think this is going to be, you know, really good. I will tell you with griddles though, the key is to season often. Season before, season after, when you're cooking anything. So not only is cooking it going to season as well, but you definitely want to season a lot. Tod Toven, he works for Blackstone, and he put out some really good videos and content as far as just recipes and seasoning these things and accessories and all that. So I highly recommend looking his videos up. They're real entertaining, and he knows his stuff. So yeah, I think this is going to be a great griddle. Hopefully this is informational for you. It is a little unorthodox the way I season it. A lot of people online just kind of cook on them. But I just wanted to give it, I just wanted to make sure I seasoned every single part of it, because not only is seasoning important for cooking, but also for rust prevention. You know, you want to make sure they don't rust. So hopefully this is informational for you. Hopefully you like the video. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them. But please don't forget to hit like and subscribe.